Hi, first grade. It's Miss Keeley here, back again. This week we are going to continue our movement project. And so far we started this kind of balloon cluster, like a bunch of balloons together. You should have drawn them all together, kind of looking like this. And then you had to take a white crayon and make a little highlight on each balloon, which obviously you can't see because it's white on mine. So if you forgot to do that, if you look over here in this little red balloon, you can see these two little white marks. That's the highlight. That's what's going to make our balloon look kind of round. It's going to make it look a little bit shiny. It's going to give it depth to the balloon. And you'll be able to see a little bit more once we paint today. So this is an option. So if you do have markers at home, then you can do this cool painting technique. They should be they're like a washable type marker. I don't think Sharpie would really work with this. Um, if you have regular watercolor paints, you can use that. Or if you don't have either of those, like regular crayons will be fine for you to just color normal and color pencils, okay? So what we're gonna do is um, you can pick kind of as many colors as you want for your balloons. I wanted to kind of stick to a theme, so I picked 4 colors. Um, so I just picked kind of like a light pink, magenta, an orange, and a yellow, and they're all rolling around everywhere. Um, You'll need a piece of tin foil, you'll need a cup of water, a paper towel, and a paintbrush. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take each of those colors that you're deciding to use and you're just coloring on the tin foil. You want to make a big area for them. So I'm going to fast forward this. Be careful to leave a little space because you don't really want them to mix too much together, and especially once we start painting with them. Um, and so this is kind of just like watercolor. So you'll dip your paintbrush into the water cup and then you just grab right from the color and then you just start painting with it, okay? And it should work pretty well. Some colors might be a little bit more vibrant and brighter than others, and some might be a little bit duller. So like my pink is kind of really on the light side. But you can see as I start to add more and more, you can see the highlights kind of showing up a little bit. I'm gonna fast forward this. Just remember when you want to switch to a new color, make sure you wash your paintbrush because you don't really want to mix your colors up. Or you can be a little bit creative and actually color mix with your colors. It's up to you. Okay. Here's my orange, my purple. You can see the highlight really well on that one. My yellow is kind of in the back there. It's hard to see. And I just tried to space out my colors so that no 2 colors were the same next to each other. And so I'm just going to fast forward this. Remember to do all the little um, triangle little ties on your balloon. I think I forgot to do that on most of them. And so I have pretty much all my balloons. I do go back over some of them and do a second coat just so that they're a little bit brighter. And so that's the first step of today. And then your second step, let me pull up the video. So this is kind of right where we left off. We have our balloons painted. So because this is a movement project, we want to give the illusion that our balloons are kind of um, being blown in the sky. If you think about like if you ever have a balloon outside, usually the wind kind of blows it around a little bit. And so what you're going to do in this part is you need to draw something that is holding on to the balloons. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of freedom with what you're creating. And I know that this is going to be a little bit tricky because you have to draw on your own. But I think you guys will be able to have a fun time with deciding what is kind of holding on to your balloon. So um, just start out with the hand, and you can kind of draw your hand however you want. I just did 2 kind of ovals, a little thumb that kind of goes around it. And I decided that I wanted to draw a dinosaur. Um, but you guys can be really creative with what you draw. Like maybe you draw a monster, a cat, I'm drawing a blank of what you could draw, but really anything. Just trying to hold it, okay? Um, and you want to make sure you don't draw it too big. You don't want it to be too small. you do want to have it be up off of your paper. So if you see here, like this is clearly the bottom of my paper, mine's up a little bit because I want to give the illusion that it's kind of being lifted up into the air a little bit, that it's kind of moving, okay? And so I just tried my best to draw an outline, and then I'm going to start to kind of add a little bit more detail with my pencil. And again, you guys can kind of draw whatever you want. If you want to do a dinosaur too, that's totally fine with me. And then I just started to add, I'm going to go back. I then start to draw kind of like the landscape around it. So I draw a little bit of like a bumpy grass line, and notice my dinosaur's not touching it because he's up in the air. And then I want to give the illusion that there's like a faraway hill. So I draw another line that kind of goes up high, kind of works its way down. And then you can kind of draw whatever else you want in your landscape, your background. Maybe you draw a sun like I do. Maybe it's nighttime in your picture. Maybe you draw a tree, flowers. Maybe you draw another little animal or something else down on your open space. Maybe you add clouds or birds. I will say we are going to be in the future adding kind of like wind, like curling wind kind of in this area and up around here. So you do want to leave some space for the next like the further steps to show the wind, because we're going to really create that movement, okay? And then just the last step is just to kind of go over everything with your marker or something that can really make a bold, defined line for all of the things that you just drew. And I kind of added in extra detail. So that's something you guys can think about doing. I want to try to give you guys a little bit of freedom with this project because I feel like I haven't really given you too much of just draw on your own type assignments. So I want to see what you guys can kind of come up with, okay? And so, oh, I added a little bit of extra string hanging down. And then that's where we're going to stop for today, just because I don't want to give you guys too much. It was kind of a lot with the painting, and then you're going to have to draw things out. So we'll leave it here, and then next week we'll continue on. All right? I cannot wait to see how these come out. Again, this is not the end of the project, so I don't need to see a picture. Of course, if you want to send me one and show me what you've come up with so far, I'd love to see it. But I will chat with you guys next week. All right, bye.